What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 16 of the Sold Out podcast. Here with Beta. Do you want to introduce yourself a bit?
Yeah. My name is. It's funny you even said my name like that. It's Beta.
Sorry.
No. Like it's a story in my life. Like literally when I started, wherever I started anyway. Who's calling me, bro? Wherever I started anyway, they just call me Beta. Because when you look at it like at face value, like BETA Beta, you know what I'm saying? But Beta. Full name Beta Da Silva. I'll be up in RTE Pulse every Friday 9 to 12. I'm just playing them bangers, man. Hip hop, R&B, grime. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm saying y'all inspire me to, you know what I mean?
Man, it's the other way around. Thing. Like it's the other way around. So
because it's like it's the whole inspiration, like energy type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, we're not cursing, are we?
Yeah, 100%.
Do what you want, man. I can be myself. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
like, so I guess we'll get into that a little bit. Like, you know, is there any kind of like limitations with what you do, or you just get to run?
I mean, obviously, well, first off, the language.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like when I started there, it was so hard not to curse.
And you have to
like,
get used to
that.
Like,
I always start off my show, be like, yo, what's happening? It's your boy Beta. It's whatever, blah, blah, time. Then, like, I'd be this close to cursing.
Yeah.
Because, like, a bleeding, like, YG song would come on, like, and be like, oh, okay, I have to remember not to curse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, obviously that, and I try not to, like, give my own opinions on, like, any type of songs. Like I'm sure we'll talk about, like, the albums that came out. Like, there's some that are absolutely great, and you can talk about that, and there's some that are just trash. And, you know what I mean? I can't be on the radio saying, oh, this is trash, because people need to listen to the song, you know what I'm saying? So, probably that, the language, I think that would be really it, but everything is really just common sense. Like, you know what to say, like, you know what I mean? It's radio, make sure you're informative, give people information, play those hits, you know what I'm saying? My whole thing is really, you know, uplifting the Irish music scene.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I started, that was my whole thing. And I hope I'm doing a good job anyway.
Yeah, no, 100%, because that's how I kind of came across you. Obviously, I was saying to you, like, the Y-Axis interview. And
I know. And shout out to him.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Yeah, I like that guy. I love him. I love his music. But that was my whole thing. If I'm not doing a good job, I hope I do an even better job in the future or whatever. You know what I mean? But, like, that's really it with me anyway. Yeah,
no, it's great to see, like, RTE at least even embracing that a little bit, you know what I mean? So how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing it since 2018, 2 years, 2016.
Wow, right? That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, I started in 2016, just, like, messing about.
Every Friday?
Every Friday, yeah. But, like, at the start, the very, very start, I wasn't, like, live. I was, like, just messing about, like, learning how to, like, even with your shit here, like, learning how to use, like, the technical side and the computers and all that shit. Like, presenting, it's easy in a sense, like, if you have some experience, you know, and I had experience. So that was alright. But when you do the technical shit, that's a whole fucking story.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and I was practicing that for, like, up until the end of 2016. I didn't actually go live until 2017, in February 10th, 2017. And since then, I've been live and just, you know what I mean, do my thing on radio, make sure the culture's safe.
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I mean?
it. And you don't have to worry about any of the technical stuff. You just kind of have to rock
No. Like, all the technical stuff, I do everything myself, like the technical and the presenting, because it's my show.
Yeah.
I could easily have somebody, like, next to me and do whatever, but
I
think it's better if you just do everything yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? 100%. If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just do that. And yeah, just been doing that. Like, it's been great. Like.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And so, like, I guess we'll talk a little bit about the hip hop then, because like that's what I was looking forward even to. Like, what albums kind of caught your eye? Because I mean, I could throw some at you, but.
No, throw some at me.
This new M album.
Oh my god.
So speaking of track.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get started. Before I say anything, what y'all think?
Well, I think he
excited.
hasn't really been saying anything for a long time. As like I saw you putting up some clips of that Joe Budden podcast that came out, and he talked a lot of truth in that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think he hit the nail on the head himself there. In Without Me, you're too old. Let go. It's over. That's his career right now. In my opinion, I don't know. You might disagree with me on that one, but
no. Like,
it's an old man struggling to stay relevant.
Oof! Oh, Jesus Christ!
Hot takes.
Granted, old school Eminem, you know, it's up there.
Okay.
100%. Like, some really, really, really great songs, some really great albums, but the past two albums have just been absolute dirt. Like,
the past two, Revival and the Marshmallows LP too.
Yeah.
Oh
No. Sorry, the two most recent.
Yeah, like
Kamikaze and.
You didn't like Kamikaze?
Nah.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Not a fan at all.
Alright, so let's have a discussion. I'm fucking alive now, right? So, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm the biggest Eminem fan. I didn't listen to Infinite or the Marshall Mathers
like
LP,
out,
or Slim Shady, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even listen to Relapse, and I should listen to Relapse or anything like that, but I didn't. I found my love in Eminem when Recovery came out.
I was gonna say that was kind of my first Eminem album as well.
Like when Love the Way You Lie and the shit they did with Lil Wayne, when that came out, I was like, oh my god, right? So I've been a fan ever since. And then you get into 2018, and then really 2016, 17, 18, you have all this new school rap with the Lil Uzis, the Yachties, and all that shit. And obviously Eminem doesn't fit into that kind of atmosphere, but we still need Eminem music, right?
Yeah.
So Revival comes out. And in my head, I'm still playing Recovery. I'm still in like the recovery phase. I listen to that album. That's my favorite Eminem album at the moment. Maybe I should go back and listen to the rest, you know what I mean? But that album just does it for me.
Yeah.
And I listened to the one he did after the Marshall Mathers
LP2. I think that's pretty good as well.
I think that's decent. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's not bad. Yeah. Like, I like it.
Exactly.
So Revival comes out, and I listen to that, and I'm like, I'm comparing it. I'm comparing it to Recovery.
Yeah.
It actually hurts my heart talking about this.
To be honest, I think, like you're saying, Revival is like a bad Recovery in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll let you continue.
It follows that Relapse?
Yeah.
Recovery, Revive, that theme.
Yeah.
Right? So I listened to Revive, and it's like from top to bottom, it ain't bad. You know what I mean? Like, I like them lyric wise. Maybe the beats could have been better, but I'm a lyric guy, so I'm always going to listen to the lyrics. I wasn't a fan of the features like Pink and Kehlani or anything like that. And I gave the album like a good 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Recovery is still my shit.
Yeah.
So here he goes in 2018, he drops this Kamikaze album. And for ages, like that new Venom film is coming out, so I thought this is just a soundtrack to it. Yeah. And everybody's saying, oh, it's the album. So I'm like, oh, fuck, all right, then let me listen to the thing. Like, I find out the Venom song is the very last one, so that's kind of a separate thing. Just so I listened to the whole album. I had to replay The Ringer like 10 times. Yeah. I was like, what is he saying, right? Because he be saying some fast shit.
Yeah.
I played The Ringer. Okay, that's fucking amazing. Can't remember the second song. The third song, Lucky You with Joyner Lucas, absolutely amazing. Then he had fucking...
That was the only thing he got like commended for, was at least like, you know, he tried to pick better features, I feel like.
Yeah,
in this one.
Yeah, and Joyner Lucas was definitely
exactly,
like, oh my God. And I listened all the way to, I think the last one was Good Guy or Nice Guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And I like Jessie Reyez. I really like her. That was a good feature. And I listened to the album and I'm like, fuck, this is really good. I go to listen to it again. This is the second time. I'm catching every single lyric that he's saying, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is amazing. So I go to listen to it again. And I'm like, yo, this album is proper amazing.
Yeah.
Now I hear people saying like, oh, it's album of the year. I'm not one of these that say, oh, album of the year, because it hasn't even been out like a month yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep it calm. I won't say it like that. But this is 10 times like better than fucking Revival.
It definitely is a step up.
This isn't the worst album.
Yeah.
Like, people are saying this is album of the year. I would pick other albums to be album of the year, like over this. I already, because it's Eminem, you'll see this album at the Grammys or something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because it's Eminem. But this ain't a bad album. Like, I was playing that on the way up here. Like, The Ringer's my shit. Like, oh my God. Like Eminem. Like, we all know. Like, it's just, like, and I'm not even the biggest fan of Eminem, but I'm mesmerized by his fucking wordplay. Like, you know what I mean? But I thought that was great. I don't know why you.
I can appreciate it as an album. Right?
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's decent, but I just think he's name dropping needlessly. He's just name dropping to stay relevant.
The name dropping,
That to me is just like, just give up.
Maybe it was like, did you listen to it like on release?
Yeah.
Because I kind of like heard a lot of headlines first, and I kind of probably went into it a bit like, oh, why is he dissing Tyler? You know, like what did Tyler do? You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, oh, he's just being bitter. You know, like, because a lot of these guys are just all about the positivity, like, you know, like Tyler the Creator. Who else did he, like, I know he went for like Pump and all, but like that's what, you know, like he's got a
Lil Yachty did not. Lil Yachty was kind of like a, like, it wasn't so much of a diss, because he just said that it wasn't for him.
Yeah,
but at the same time, like, leave him alone.
Yeah, and then even like the whole thing of like, you know, where he's like kind of talking about what Kendrick Cole, Logic,
Big Sean,
Hobson. For Hobson was a weird one because like
I haven't heard him in a while. Like, I mean,
that was a weird one. That was a weird one. He was just here actually at the what's that place called? Not Vicar Street. It was on the Keys there somewhere.
Performing here.
Yeah, that's what I nearly missed it, but I wasn't sure whether to go or not. What's that place called? it begins with V. It's like Venom something or something like that. Oh, this is annoying me. But yeah, he was just here, and but I haven't been. Yeah, no, I haven't been listening to Hopsin like because I used to be really into him around like Knock Madness.
Right.
But I haven't heard him in a while, so it's weird to hear that mentioned. Like,
I think the cool thing about what I do with the radio is when an albums or projects or whatever songs, they always drop, if they're the commercial ones anyway, they always drop on a Friday. They drop at like midnight over there, but in Ireland it's 5 in the morning. And my show would be at 9, so I get to play the songs first.
Play it first, yeah.
And when that Eminem album dropped, I was like, the fuck is going on? Because I was confused. I was like, no promo or nothing. And then I play it, and then I'm listening to all the songs, all these disses and everything. And I'm like, oh fuck, like who's he coming after next? Like he's talking about Yachty, Zan, Pump, fucking Tyler the Creator, Joe Budden, Academics, like
Joe Budden just seems to be the go-to guy to hate now.
I love Joe Budden. I'm not gonna say like I was always following him, but I always knew he was a good rapper. He was Slaughterhouse. And I hate, and it's their opinion, but I hate when people say, oh, like he has no right to talk about this, like he's not even a good lyricist. You need to go listen to some Slaughterhouse songs, bro, because he's for real about this shit. Like he's, oh my god,
he's so passionate on the podcast about it.
I'm telling you,
like when Everyday Struggle used to be a thing, that's when I used to listen to him like obviously every day. But oh man, it used to be hilarious when because that was right at that cusp of all that SoundCloud stuff popping off as well. So when it was perfect, him and Academics just arguing over that stuff as it was coming up. Even all the stuff he used to get into about like X and all before he passed and all that stuff,
crazy.
You know,
that's crazy.
Because they used to like go back and forth because like Joe Budden would say something and all these SoundCloud guys would be on Instagram like talking back, you know, and then they'd like play it on the show the next day, you know. Like that used to be a great show, but it's a shame that kind of has come to an end.
I hate to say that, you know, the show was what it was because of Joe Budden and Academic's chemistry. I don't want to say it was just one person, but their chemistry was like unlike anything.
Yeah,
and then
it was perfect.
And now like they have like these new people. Like I can't remember who, Star or something. And he's not there anymore. Now they have Wayno.
Yeah,
and he's alright. He's like an industry guy, so he knows what to do. But it just doesn't work. And then now, because Joe Budden's left and the whole controversy of him leaving, he's got this Spotify deal or whatever. Like his career is just like, you know what I mean? And he's not even rapping.
And the funny thing is like you think they could have leveraged Joe leaving, and like Academics has like popped off a lot as well. You know, like he's like Drake and like people are like mentioning him a lot now. Like it used to not be like that like 2-3 years ago. You know what I mean? But like you think they could have leveraged that and gotten someone like bigger than Joe Budden, you know what I mean? Because like when they put that show together, they obviously had nothing. Yeah. So like it's weird that they kind of almost took a step back in a way. Like they couldn't find anybody like.
Yeah, like nobody at all. Like
at all, yeah.
Even at that moment, like Joe Budden, you couldn't even touch him. Like he was on. They were doing that like Monday to Friday. They were on the news.
Yeah. Like exactly. Yeah. Like even all the memes that came out of it, like the Migos interview and everything. Like there was just like they were really on top of it. Like really on top of it. Yeah. So what other like I want to get your opinions maybe on some of this good music, the rollouts of like Pusha T, Ye obviously, Kids See Ghost. How was that when all of that was coming out?
What was the first? Pusha T's album
was the
first one that came out. I would. That's a side thing. I would put the Pusha T album over Eminem just because for what it was. Yeah. Because I've been a fan of Pusha T.
I think that was one of the best releases. Like I haven't really stayed listening to it, but at the time it was just so like it came at such a good time. You know? Yeah. Even like the way that beef transpired between him and Drake was just like so perfect.
Shit to say about that beef too, man. But that what was the name of that? What was the name of that?
Story of Adonis. I just blanked on it now because I was thinking of Story of Adonis.
What's the name of that?
Daytona, sorry.
Daytona, that's what it is. How would I forget that
album? I know, I was just like, because I was thinking of the disses.
That Pusha T, that Daytona album was absolutely amazing from start to finish. And it was it 7 or 8 songs that he
it's like 5 even. It's like 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's literally like...
Well, the short albums anyway. I didn't like know what to think about.
It's 7, it is 7.
Is it 7? Yeah. I didn't know what to think about the whole like short album thing, but I was like, let's see what it is. I listened to the album, this is absolutely fire.
Yeah, it is.
So I was like, alright, cool. What was the next album after that? Was that Kanye?
I feel like it was Kanye.
Or was it Nas?
No, I think it was Kanye.
Was it Kanye?
I think it was. Yeah.
And then it was Kids See Ghost.
Oh,
and then it was Nas. And then
Tiana. So Kanye comes out after. This is the one I've been waiting for because I'm like, okay, another album to put in the collection. You know what I mean? And I'm listening to it and I'm like, okay, good. The first song, the fucking.
I think you might have the same criticism as me almost.
The 2-minute thing?
Yeah.
Oh my god, right? So I'll listen to it. I was listening to it and I was like, all right, any second he's about to start. He's about to like give me something, right?
This is literally my exact thoughts.
Like we were in the car together listening to it for the first time. Yeah.
I'm listening to it. And like the beat is like, oh, is this okay? Let's go, like, and then it kind of changes a little bit. I'm like, oh, here we go, right? We get to 1 minute. I'm like, where are the bars, right? This is about to be that scoop de whoop shit, right? So I'm like, all right, Grant, let me keep on hearing. And he ain't rapping yet. So we're at a minute and 30 seconds.
This literally describes it so perfectly.
We're at a minute 30 seconds, and like this is only the first song. Is it even a song, right? So I'm like, fuck this shit.
Is
like,
this
I don't
any lyrics at all.
I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then we get to 2 minutes, and I'm like, and then it changes, and hear the bass.
Yeah.
And it's like, I called up my loved ones. I was like, don't give me that scoop de whoop shit.
Yeah.
And then he's rapping. I'm like, all right, I'm grooving. And then the beat changes. I'm like, oh shit, okay, all right. Then that song ends. I'm like, all right. Then Yikes plays and all that shit plays. I love that album.
Yeah.
I love a lot of people.
Once you get past that 2 minutes.
Yeah, what the fuck was that like?
Yeah.
Oh, what was your opinion on it?
No. I love the album. Yeah, it's just like
it's very long at the start though.
Like historically, always had mad long intros in certain songs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like even Notorious Thugs, the intro to that song. Feels like it's longer than the song itself.
Yeah, fair.
And I don't mind those long intros, but that shit was 2 minutes.
I know. Yeah.
The fact that it's literally 10% of the album.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, what the fuck? Now every time I play that album, I just skip to the 2 minute mark.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to hear you talk about killing yourself, bro.
I know.
So I listened to that album, absolutely amazing. Kids See Ghosts, that was a little different. It was a little different sound.
I preferred that over Ye as well. I feel like Ye is was third on that release, out of those three.
Oh god, let me do some rankings after this.
Okay.
So Kids See Ghosts, I'm like, all right, grand. Haven't heard the Kid Cudi song in a minute.
Yeah.
And this is just great because it's refreshing. I didn't even care about Kanye on this. He has some good verses, good moments on there. But Kid Cudi was the one I'm trying to listen to. Like I love that humming shit that he does. He doesn't have to be oh my god, right? So I listened to that album. I fucking love that album. Then Nas comes out. Nas is my favorite rapper of all time.
Really, yeah.
One of the greatest of all time.
Favorite of all time. And I'm listening to it, and the beats, there's some beat. I like the Cops Shot the Kids. That's my favorite song out of that whole thing. And I listened to the beats, and I feel like some of them were a bit too overproduced, especially for Nas, who's the most lyrical nigga ever, right? So I'm listening to him, I'm like, all right, Grant, I'm listening to the lyrics. I appreciate it for what it was. Some of the beats just weren't for me.
Yeah.
But I still love that album because Nas is a lyrical genius to me. And then I listened to Tiana's album, and her last album was like 2013 or 14. And she's had little features and little singles and promotional pop off here and there. So I'm listening to the album, and I listened to it. I thought it was great. Then I go into the news, and here she is on like Breakfast Club talking about, oh, I gave Kanye my album, and like he changed it last minute and all this. And I was like, I mean, standard. Like I guess
I was about to
goes,
say,
you know what I mean? But like, I wonder what that album would have sounded without that. But I still love that album. Like my girl be playing that shit all the time. Like that shit bangs. Like you know what I mean? And then fucking Drake had to come out with his album, and then everybody just forgot about it. But I was still playing the rest of the 5 albums.
I really wanted Astroworld if
that
would have
fucked it up. That would have fucked it up, and I was waiting for that too. But that album rollout it was very interesting. I never seen that before. Usually it does be like put out a single, if that's received well, another single.
But this is like album.
We
It's
didn't
crazy.
get like a teaser or nothing. And what annoyed me, I love the albums, but what annoyed me was some of them didn't even come out on the day. True. Like Tiana's came out like 2 days after. I was waiting on Nas's album.
But I mean, that was like the life of Pablo as well. It was like, all right, here it is. No, actually, no, it's not. Hold on, let me fix some songs here.
My God.
Hold on. Can you wait 2 weeks for Wolves?
I was so emotional after that because he kept promising songs, and then he was like, yeah, just need 2 days. And that I'm listening to No More Parties in LA, and I remember Kim Kardashian tweeted that he's writing it on the plane right. But he only put out the teaser 2 days before, and I'm like, I thought this nigga did this song we're talking about, and I could tell he only did that verse that
because it faded out or something on the SoundCloud version.
And I was just like, but I love that song too anyway, and that album. But that rollout was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that was.
And then Drake did what he did with Scorpion.
Yeah.
But if I was to rank those 5 albums, Push It Daytona's number 1. I'd put Ye second.
Okay.
I fucked myself up. Daytona. Ye, Kids See Ghosts.
Okay.
Fuck. Nas, then probably Tiana.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But that's only because
I'm the same. I just swap Kids See Ghosts and Ye.
Yeah.
Let's swap
Tiana. Really? Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah. Same though.
Yeah. Similar, like.
I hate to put Tiana last, but that's only because she hasn't. Everybody else on that list has given me more material than she has. This is only her second album.
Yeah.
Everybody else has
has really proven something like.
Yeah, you know, but like. Nah, man, that rollout was absolutely amazing. I thought I'd never seen that shit before.
Yeah, no, it's always to like push the envelope on stuff like that. You know, even like Life of Pablo was completely different to
Jesus, that album too, man.
Everything else, you know.
What's your favorite Kanye album?
Damn, I wasn't expecting no question like that all of a sudden. No, I feel like that's an interesting question after last week.
Yeah.
Like obviously just doing that Kanye madness.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
we still got Kanye on the brain though.
Yeah, for me it's like the most listenable album is Life of Pablo. Because there's like a bit of everything on it. Do you know what I mean? There's like Ultra Light Beam, but then there's also like and No More Parties in LA.
Yeah.
And then there's like a Wolves or like, you know what I mean? Like, there's all sorts of different stuff on it. Whether you can have to be a vibe for some of the other ones. Like if you want to listen to 808s or, you know, College Dropout or Dark Fantasy. But my usual answer was Dark Fantasy, but I feel like I'd probably listen to Life of Pablo more. Do you know?
What yours is?
I'd say Dark Fantasy, 100%.
Really?
Just banger after banger after banger.
It is like it's
hands down best album. But again, I agree. Life of Pablo is kind of most listenable because regardless of what sort of vibe you're on, you can just whack that album on all the way through, and you know.
And it was interesting because I was disappointed at the time at release. I was a bit kind of I was a bit like I'm not sure how I felt about that, but it really grew on me then. Like, what about you?
808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah,
that's like usually people do say like Twisted Fantasy and all this shit. Like, I'm just an emotional nigga. Like,
I love 808s as well.
I'll just be listening to that album like, damn.
Like that's number 2 for me.
808s and Heartbreak. Yeah. Oh my! I'd be like driving and then like. I play that album, like, I have the CD, like, I just pop it in, like, and I just be like I'm in a movie, and like, damn, like, Say You Will, bro.
Yeah. Like, that's like, all of these boys, I don't know if you got to the part in the Mark podcast, but there was a bit where it's the 2 intro songs, Good Morning and Say You Will.
Yeah.
I said Say You Will. Now, maybe you're going to go Good Morning as well.
No. I will Say You Will as well, and then he was on here talking about, you play that shit in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ready to go? Like, and I was like, nah, he's fucking around. And then I had to think about it, and I was like, he's actually right. Yeah. And then he started talking about the video, and I was like, fuck, you know, I think
But the beat is so hard, though, for Say You Will.
I know, yeah. I always judge my songs based on me listening to them on my headphones.
Yeah.
So, because he does that little bass shit in his songs or whatever. So, if I was to judge it on that, I would say You Will, because that just takes me fucking like everywhere, like it's a journey. But Good Morning's that shit too. I'm sticking with.
That's why there's a lot of there was a lot of song choices on that were so neck and neck, like it was so tough.
Yeah, man, I would have said Say You Will, man.
Yeah. Anyway, man, we're just gonna have to take a quick break just to restart these cameras, and then we'll just kind of restart. Right, so me and just we had to take a short break there, but we were just saying how like good this year has been actually like for hip hop. But you mentioned the Drake album as well. What were you thinking of that? Because for me, like he really took an L with that Pusha T stuff. Yeah. So I never took Scorpion that seriously. Then in the wake of getting a new Ye album, a new Cudi album, and Pusha T going so hard.
All right, so I'm gonna do this. I don't know what to start with, the Pusha T and Drake beef, and then talk about Scorpion. Or
all right, let's go chronological. We'll go with the beef. With the beef.
So, Infrared. I hear the last song in Daytona. Infrared comes out, and I'm listening to it, and he's talking about, oh, your beats did it, the hooks did it, Quentin Miller wrote it, it's whatever he said, and I'm like, oh, this is a shot of Drake. Oh, I don't know what Drake's gonna do. Like he's in album mode. Like
it was written like Nas, but it came from Quentin.
It came from Quentin. I was like, oh, when you just said it, that gave me goosebumps. So I'm just there listening to it, and I'm like, oh, okay, and this is a good song. Like you know. Beat is real nice. The beat is real nice. Yeah. Like it's it's not too loud, not too quiet, but I can hear what he's saying. I like this lyrical shit, and I'm listening to it. Okay, I don't think Drake's gonna respond. I really thought he wasn't gonna respond. Drake comes out with this dopey freestyle, right? Because I was on his Instagram. I think he put it up on a story or something. Whatever. I seen it anyway.
Yeah, on the same.
And I clicked onto it, and I heard the beat, and I said, "This nigga about to go."
Yeah.
So I'm listening to it, and then he did the...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is about to be crazy.
Yeah.
And that was the
This is like when one of those like kids in primary school would say something back to the teacher, and the teacher finally just like snaps back, you know?
Oh my God, this was it? Like, And I listened to it, and I was like, this this is so good. Like, and I didn't think anything less of him because I love Drake the rapper. Like, you know what I mean? He was. It hurts me to say it, but he was in my top 5, and then he kind of fell off for me. I still love him, but he kind of fell off for me when he started doing this whole singing thing. And he's been doing it for like since his very first song he put. He's been doing it, and like it's like Fair Fucks told me that's how he gets his money.
That's what put me off Drake.
All the singing, like
initially, like Drake was just far too emotional for me. You know what I mean? I don't mean that in like always make me emotional, but like you could really tell that his emotions played a big part in what he was rapping about. And I don't know why that put me off, but it just did. I always just saw Drake as this kind of
and the more emotion he has, the more
I listened to him, the more I got into him. I wouldn't consider myself a Drake fan by any stretch, but like I can appreciate his music a lot more now, especially with the way he's been going, going hard these days.
For sure, yeah. That's like, no, you're grand. I just like I like when we go back and forth on this shit. Like it's like we're talking about football, but it's like rap, you know what I'm saying? He does that singing stuff and it kind of puts me off, but like no, there's some you can't help but singing. But I love Drake the rapper. When he's rapping, he raps, and he was rapping on Duppy. And then he said the little slick line about his fiance or whatever. And I was like, oh fuck! Like I don't know if anybody else in the world caught that. Because I only found out Pusha T's fiance's name weeks before that. And I was like, oh my god, did he just say that? I replay it. Yeah, he did say that. So I was like, fuck, I don't know what Push is gonna say. Like he has to say something because man just said something about his wife. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, grand. Then we waited a few days and the story of Adidon comes out. I didn't listen to it until the next day it came out. But on Twitter, like people were putting up memes and then the Drake picture.
Like after getting taken down and
I was like, oh my god. And I was listening to it and he was talking about his kid and all. I was like, whoa. I was like, Drake has a kid? Like that's the only thing I got from that song.
But man, I knew about that from academics. He covered that story a while ago,
about the
like,
baby mama and
all. About her and the like,
Oh my god, I was
so like when he said that, I was like, oh, that's like confirming it now, you know?
I was just like, damn, like okay, he's talking about someone's wife, so it's rap beef, so it's fair game, really. Like Tupac came out talking about you fucked someone, like you know what I mean? So he says that, and then Pusha T says that, and I'm like, oh fuck, what's about to happen? And then something about Jay Prince talking about Drake had a song that was about to ruin Pusha T's career. Fuck that, man. Pusha T is up here, but you can say whatever you want, like because
there's nothing he could say. Like, what are you gonna say? Unless you have like some sort of proof that he didn't sell cocaine. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. God. That's his kryptonite, but no one has it. You know what I mean? Like no one has it.
I'm listening to both. I'm listening to Infrared, Duppy, the story I added on. And then I listened to what Drake says, talking about he wasn't hiding the world from some shit like that. And I'm like, that's kind of a cool way to kind of simmer the beef down, whatever. Me personally, looking at it just from a rap fan perspective, Pusha T is the one that got the upper hand in the whole thing.
Definitely.
In the general consensus would be Drake is the one that came out on top because he's Drake. He's one of the most famous men in the world, richest.
Man, I don't know. I think if you look at the SoundCloud plays, I think Pusha T's got Drake beat on plays.
Really?
And it's like really surprising,
Yeah.
Because story I've added on, like even that last verse, when he's coming for 40, where he's like, he's sick,
that was crazy.
That's pretty deep as well.
That man, that hurt as well. I'm not even sick. Like that was crazy.
Like,
it went hard though.
I'd say Pusha T won it, but I know 100%. I know how Drake fans are, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, fuck that, Pusha T's album wasn't even good. Like, Scorpion comes out, it's going to be platinum. No one gives a shit about no... Like, we don't care. We're just trying to listen to some bars.
But then I felt like, as well, I, like, kind of just lost all faith in that album then when, like, I'm Upset, when that single dropped. That's just when I was like, I'm sleeping on this one. Like,
I thought that was the response. That was the response. And then
exactly. And I was like... Because that's what Pusha T responded. Remember, he comes on, he goes, "You talking about you upset?" And after that song, I was like, there's no listening to that after.
No.
So I'm watching that beef. In my head, Pusha T wins. So then Scorpion comes out. And I'm excited for a Drake album as anybody else is. I know what to expect from it. He's going to, because they decide A, side B. So in my head, okay, side A is either rap or singing, and then the other one's, you know
the other one.
So it's like 20 something songs, 25 songs or something. We're just coming off these 7-song albums, so it's going to be hard for us to listen to it. So we have to change the way we listen to it. So we listen to it, or I listen to it anyway. and I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, this ain't bad, you know what I mean? Like Talk Up with Jay-Z had a hard verse on that. Any other song that was really good. And then I started getting to some other songs, and I was like, these are kind of some filler songs. Like, he could have taken them off and just put it on like SoundCloud or something.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? And I was just listening to it. I listened to the whole thing. It was really good. It wasn't like More Life was. It was more kind of a More Life album, even though a playlist or whatever. It was kind of a More Life album, but I prefer More Life over Scorpion.
Yeah.
I listened to Scorpion a second time, and every time I listen to these songs, I keep saying, Pusha T, fuck this album for me.
Yeah.
Because of that baby shit.
Yeah.
This would have been a great way for him to announce, I have a baby.
Yeah.
Everybody would have been going crazy. But because Pusha T said it first, we don't care.
Yeah, he really put it down tonight.
You know what I mean? It's not one of my favorite albums of the year, even though it's Drake. That's a very unpopular opinion. I don't want to be sitting here bashing Drake. I fucking love Drake. But
I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of strong albums dropped. Like
yeah.
Even I think when I listened to that album, I was waiting for that one track about the response to that beef as well. I kept waiting for like the one track that was like coming back for the story of Adidon.
Right.
But it was kind of just like bars dispersed throughout
the
and
album,
so then I kind of just felt like no song almost kind of like had its own topic, you know. It was kind of just like these overall things just flow, like that's what you're talking about a bit, like it's like More Life, the way everything just kind of flows into the next song. And it's like he doesn't really just organize it into be like, all right, this is the response to that, this is the baby song, this is the, you know, this song. It's just kind of all the same, you know. But I think a lot of strong albums dropped because, like, even as Scorpion dropped, we knew, like, Astroworld was coming. Do you know?
Astroworld was the business.
So,
let me tell you something. Every time I got onto Dublin bus to go somewhere, somebody was playing Astroworld in their headphones or their earphones or whatever. There was some guy who was sitting at the back of the bus blessing us with no bystanders. They were blaring. They didn't care, like, you know what I'm saying? This bus was packed.
The party never ends.
Oh my god! And Travis Scott was doing amazing. He was rapping on that song too.
And Juice WRLD got his bit off on that, like.
Oh my god! Like I even love his bit. Like it wasn't even that long, but I love that bit. And I'm listening to the whole album. And I'm like, this is really like a fucking like a fun fair type of fucking fest. The way he promoted it anyway. Listening from start to finish. Fucking Coffee Bean. The way he ended that album with Coffee Bean. Oh, that was such a good album. That's one of the albums of the year that I put up there.
Oh yeah, it's so sick.
He'll definitely.
And then Nicki coming from.
No, me and my girl be arguing over this because I'm on the radio and I try not to be biased as fuck.
Yeah.
Like she does have some songs like that song "Bed" that she has with Ariana Grande. That's my shit. Because I told you I'm emotional and shit. Like, so I be listening to that. So I be listening to that, and Ariana Grande is probably like taking me there. You know what I mean? And I love that song. I'll be playing that shit. What's that other song that she has Majesty with Eminem?
Yeah, and Fifi
and Labyrinth. I love that shit. And yeah, Fifi with 6ix9ine as well. So I'll be playing them songs. You know what I mean? I try not to be the biggest.
It's easy.
I'm very critical of Nicki.
Yeah.
Because I know what she can do, but
exactly.
But I'll say that later on.
Yeah.
But what was I talking about? Something.
Just like. Yeah, just kind of Nicki's response even to Travis number one beef, you know?
Yeah. So, I thought that was real, because you got like number 2 or some shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, you're Nicki Minaj. Like, you know what I mean? Alright, you got number 2 on the album.
Yeah.
But between her and Travis, like, not to make it about money, but she does have more funds in the bank accounts than Travis Scott, right? You know, where all Travis really has is his music, and then, of course, he has Kylie Jenner, who puts him on like a higher pedestal, and then he has the kid and puts him on the news all the time. And she has her music. She's backed by like Lil Wayne and, you know, Drake, the good music, the Money team. She has perfume and fucking wigs and clothes and like mad dedicated fans, the Barbs and the Kens. Like, so I was a bit taken aback when she was like, oh, you know, Travis Scott is doing all this, blah blah blah. That's why I'm number 2.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she's number 1 in loads of mad countries, like, you know, I'm like,
yeah, I'd say so.
You know, like I don't understand why that was,
because everyone goes off the US, I suppose.
You know what I mean? And like, I listen to Queen and I listen to Astroworld. I would say that Astroworld is just the better sounding album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nicki's Queen album is cool.
Yeah.
I'd say the Pink Print is better than every album that she's ever done, even Pink Friday and the other shit.
Yeah.
But Astroworld is just that album. Like, it's already he got number one. But
it's probably just my perspective, but like a lot of people were kind of, I used to hear I seen the comment a lot of like people are like, where are all these Travis Scott fans coming from? And I said on the last podcast, I was like, he's been shouting out Astroworld for like legit 3 years.
Yeah, like we've been here, we just waiting for that album.
Like he's almost like that Kid Cudi type of vibe, where it's like people are just waiting for that album, you know, like if there was ever a Man on the Moon 3 or something, you know what I mean? Like,
I gotta say though, I didn't like Astroworld initially when it dropped. I thought it was way too overhyped, but then the more I listened to it, I was like, that was it. Like, cause I've never been a die-hard Travis Scott fan. Fair. Like, I liked him, I liked his music.
Yeah, like the singles and stuff.
Exactly, and his features and shit, but I never actually listened to him properly. But yeah, I just thought Astroworld was way too overhyped, but then I actually listened to it a few times. Like, this shit bangs.
I always loved Travis for his production.
Yeah.
First time I heard of him was when he did what's that song? Upper Echelon with T.I.
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck
is this? A load of people on that.
That was crazy. And then he was on that Cruel Summer compilation album. I was like,
because he was kind of like, he started getting in with that click on like Jesus, like a lot of the drums are him.
Yeah. And that was like he was even saying in interviews and all, and I was like, oh, that's grand. Like, and then he came out with Rodeo a few years back and was like, this is a really, really, really good album. But he's had like El Faro in the days before Rodeo and all that. I was like, I only listened to them after Rodeo.
Yeah, same. I haven't even gone really as far back as El Faro now, but
they're really good. Like, it was like, and he sounded real different back then.
Yeah.
But it was, I could still appreciate him back then, and now he's just like, that sound is just absolutely amazing. All the way into Astroworld, like that's some album.
Yeah.
And it was worth the wait.
Yeah.
Like, it was absolutely 100%. Worth the wait. Like,
and I think an underrated part about Travis, and I don't know, like, it's not even that underrated, but like his performances are just insane. Yeah. Oh, he's definitely one of the top performers in the overall.
Like,
he really, really is. Like, and I don't know if you've caught, like, there was like Stargazing, there was like lives, he used to play that at like some live shows and stuff. Like, the live version sounds way better than the album version.
Really?
Because like you hear him come out and go like, because he does these like almost freestyle-y ad-libs like that are like pitched up, even he's singing over the backing track, and that extra layer of like him going even harder over it, like reaching them notes, like it just sounds so sick.
My younger brother went to
just proper screaming it.
My younger brother went to go see him at Longitude, and he was talking, he did Stargazing, and I couldn't get to go over some shit, like. But like, my brother was probably like, oh man, you should have been there for Travis Scott. Like, he was doing this, that. Like, people were passing out. Like, they were just standing, just passed out.
Like, before Dark Knight Dumbo, he was literally like, all right, if you don't want to like break your leg, get back. And like, sure enough, like you'd see on Twitter the next week, like, my mate, like, you know, broke his leg. It's like, should have gone back.
You have to be ready for it. You have to like pray before you go there.
Like, stop. Like,
you have to fight for your life for the Travis show. Like, you know what I mean?
And I feel like even we're probably missing out on some albums. I'm trying to think.
One of my overplayed albums is Tory Lanez came out with an album.
In
February, Memories Don't Die. And I love that album. He has this song with 50 Cent called Pieces, and the story that he tells on it, like, I played that over and it gave me goosebumps the first time. Like, it's I can't even explain the story, you just have to listen to it. But like, there's some mad twists and shit. Like, that album I fucking love. I was a bit shaky with him when you know, with the whole Tory Lanez, Drake, all that shit. Like,
I was trying to think of who he had beef with. It was
Tory Lanez, Drake, and it was like, oh yeah, it's Canadian.
And then they took like that one picture that was like a really big deal, and then like no one heard anything after that.
And I was like, when they took that picture, I was like, nah, he's gonna say something slick to him.
Yeah, exactly. They both were. You both knew it. Like,
and I was like, Tory Lanez was like, because I mean, with Tory Lanez, like every time we did an interview, they kept mentioning Drake, so he couldn't escape that. And then Drake had to go and say that little slick line in I think it was More Life, the very last song of More Life, I can't remember the name.
Yeah, you're right.
And he said that, he'll come to me, but he said that, and I was like, well, Tory Lanez has to say something. And then Drake brings him out.
Or was it Two Birds, One Stone?
No, that was Kid Cudi.
You're right.
It was,
you're right.
Fuck, I got
There's too many people.
I'm telling you, like, but, he said that, and then Drake brings him out at his OVO festival thing, and I'm like, oh, they must be cool now. I haven't heard anything since.
Yeah.
Then, you know, Tory Lanez came out with his first album. I was a bit shaky on that. Listened to it again. That was good. So every time he put out a song, did little features, mixtapes, I've been a fan since then. Then he came out with this album. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
What other hip hop albums came out this year?
That's what I feel like we're missing something.
I mean, we could talk about beer bongs and Bentleys. I know we spoke.
Let's talk about beer bongs and Bentleys then.
Even the reception at Longitude, like, I was expecting people to be, or I'd nearly expect him to have been the headliner that night.
Oh, it was still crazy though.
It still was crazy. Like, he's still tore it up, but I feel like as well, like, he would have had a better set had he been later, but he still tore it up, you know.
Oh yeah.
But I wonder if Irish fans probably would value Post Malone over J. Cole.
I
probably would have.
I'd say
but I feel like maybe the promoters are probably
J.
right
Cole
in saying J.
dropped
Cole is a bigger.
Probably
KOD was this year.
Was that this year?
Yeah. Like, that's what I mean. Albums are dropping this year. Like,
that's it. Like, I was just saying, it's probably not a good thing that we've forgotten about it if he did. Yeah, he did.
I think, speaking from a radio perspective, I think people would prefer Post Malone over J. Cole. Because Post Malone has more radio hits. You know what I mean? Than J. Cole. Like, I always play ATM and KOD.
Yeah, man. Kevin's Heart is my song.
Oh my god! Like, and he had Kevin in the video.
Yeah, man. That shit. Oh,
I'd play that too. I think Post Malone is just more for the just radio now. More for the people. I went to see J. Cole when he toured last year. And like I was
in the Academy, was it?
No, Tree Arena.
Oh yeah.
He's huge, man. He has played Tree Arena. And I was looking around, like, you know what I mean, like, and I was like, because I know black people love J. Cole, so I'm looking around, I'm like, ain't no niggas in here, like, what's going on? Like, I'm just like, it's white, like, you know what I mean? And like everybody is, and this he was promoting the For Your Eyes Only album. This is really what the tour was for. And then of course he played like you know the old shit and all. And I was looking around, like everybody is singing word for word. I'm like, I don't know nothing. I feel so fake, like, cause I love Born Sinner. I love
I was the same. Like For Your Eyes Only didn't hit me until. Did you appreciate it more after the gig? Because I did.
I listened to it again and. It really just wasn't for me.
Really?
Nah, like
even after he showed like the whole story with like the neighbors thing.
I loved the neighbors song. I loved that, and I loved when he did that shit. And he was like, "Oh yeah, they fucking tore my fucking door down." Like I loved that.
Yeah.
That song did it for me. But the album as a whole.
I mean, I still don't like Folding Clothes and some of them, but
Immortal is good. I love Immortal.
There's a few. It's kind of hit and miss.
But like just that album in whole, it just didn't do it for me. You know what I mean? And like. I think I love when people get together and do like features and all you know what I mean, and like when he did Forest Hills Drive, no features, that wasn't a big deal to me. Then we did For Eyes Only, I was like, oh, somebody has to be on this, and he was like, oh, no features. I'm like, I mean, let me listen to it, and it just wasn't for me, like, you know what I mean, and like music is subjective, so like you either like it or you don't, you know what I mean, but that album just wasn't for me. Then he came out with KOD, and I was like, I mean, okay, he's doing it again, no features. I'm like, who the fuck is Kill Edward? It was really J. Cole. So, I was like, all right. So I listened to it. And I'm like, all right, this is kind of hot. Like, all right, I like this better than For Your Eyes Only. So that's good, I guess. Then he came up with that freestyle, the album of the year freestyle. I was like, you better put out something after this. Like, this is good. You know what I mean?
Even that last song, 1985, like, that's what, to circle back to the M album even, like, him coming for all those SoundCloud rappers, I even had the sense of, like, this has already been done. J. Cole already did this 3 months ago, you know? And he, like, sat down with Lil Pump and did that interview with him. I don't know if you saw that, but, like,
seen that
they, like, talked, you know? And I'm like, I think J. Cole handled this whole new wave, old wave better than even M did, you know? Like,
and Eminem's an older guy as well. He's almost,
so,
like, pushing 50.
Yeah, that was just crazy to actually kind of process that. Actually,
oh no, like that's weird, isn't it? Jesus Christ, because we're so used to like like oh my name is or
even when you just watch the videos,
that was peak Eminem.
And then we get to now, and he's like almost like Jay-Z age and shit. Like most of our favorite rappers are getting old. They're gonna retire soon. Like, you know what I mean?
Even
Ye has to go forever.
Like, man, that Charlemagne interview, I was like, I literally was like looking at Ye's face for an hour and a half, and then I was like, oh, that's grey. Like, I thought it was like dyed or something. And I was like, damn, that's crazy, because he keeps dyeing it back, or like he had the blonde in, and I was like, no, that's grey, that's crazy. Like,
it's scary though. Like, oh my, like, and now like we have I like no knock to them, but we have the little pumps and all the Lils and the Youngs, you know what I'm saying? And like, I always think, you know, everybody that has the Lil or the Young in the name, when you get to like 30, you still gonna be calling yourself Lil. Like Lil Wayne and like they're all an exemption, like, you know what I mean, because they've been doing it since then, but
they're the OGs of the Lil movement.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's kind of, that whole movement is kind of dead now.
And it's even like Lil Xan tried to move away from his name after Peep and all. But like he still just gets called Lil Xan on like everything, so he just couldn't do it. Like,
it's like Bow Wow. He tried to change his name to Shad Moss. Like, you Bow Wow fan.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you'd go in an interview and they're like, I want to get views, so I'm gonna title it Lil Xan, because no one's searching for Diego. You know what I mean?
No, I'm like, it's like that little cartoon Go Diego Go. That's probably what's gonna pop up anyway. So it's like, you Lil Xan, bro.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
Post Malone though, that Beer Bongs and Bentley album. I'm shaky on a lot of artists on the first listen.
Yeah.
His first Stoney. I loved Stoney. He had that. I think he had that song with Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I love that song. That's
Deja
Vu. I love that song. That's a really good song. I listened to that album. That's absolutely amazing.
I think song for song is more bangers than most artists.
Yeah, to be fair, there's not a lot of
like he has
and they're long albums, which is like
you know.
He has a real track record of all these hits. Like when Rockstar came out, that was a sleeper for me.
Exactly, yeah.
Then that shit just blew up.
Yeah.
Even the features that he gets as well.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
like even for his first album.
Even like G-Eazy isn't a single, it's just like a little sleeper track,
That, and even though that album dropped earlier on this year, I think it was like February something like that. That's still like in my playlist.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he has a song with Nicki Minaj that I really like.
Ball for me.
Yeah, that one, Ball for me. Yeah, I love that. Psycho, I love. I really love. My top song from the album is Better Now, and that's like the one that hits on the radio. Like Better Now is the one. That album for me, absolutely amazing. I know Migos dropped at the start of the year.
Yeah.
True. Man, this really has been a year. Like,
I'm telling you, like there's loads. Like,
although Culture 2 was a bit of a disappointment to me.
Yeah,
it's now Culture 1.
I think that's why, right? Because Culture 1 came out, and then we had Bad and Bougie, and then we had like all these other songs.
That's another album that's like hit after hit.
Yeah, and that was so good. Like that rollout was absolutely amazing. Like Migos became stars.
Man, like I think they have a music video for like every song on that album now.
Yeah, I think so.
Literally, like
and as they should, like, because we love all these songs, like. But I feel like when they dropped Culture 1, that was a moment. And then they dropped because it was dropped within a year.
Yeah,
Culture
I think maybe. Do you think maybe even that was to do with like when Gucci went away, and like so everybody was waiting. They were like the next in line then, like because they were like under him for so long, and then when he got out, then they still kind of came back to him with like I Get the Bag and like that album.
Parts of it I do, because when it comes to like all this rap stuff, people are always rooting for people who live in their region. Migos are from Atlanta, so it's Gucci. But then you have other people like Black, and then who's the other guy? 2 Chainz.
Oh, there's loads. You know what I mean?
Two Chainz. Anyway. Yeah, like 2 Chainz dropped the album last year.
That might have even been this year as well.
Trap music.
Yeah.
Pretty Girls Like Trap Music.
Yeah. I think that was last year.
Last year.
Oh, was it last year?
Yeah.
It was 2017.
But I can't remember who dropped. I know somebody from Atlanta dropped an album when Gucci was away.
Yeah.
But when Gucci was away, was it Young Thug? When did Jeffrey come out?
Remember that was 2017.
Was that 2017?
Because
Gucci was still out though.
Because then maybe though Beautiful Thugger Girls dropped maybe.
Oh, the one with and Future was on that shit too.
Future might have dropped.
Future drops fucking every year.
Yeah, exactly. Future drops about every second week, like, to be fair.
But even with that, anyway, I think there is some truth to what you just said. You know what I mean? But like even with that, like I know he's from Atlanta, but like everybody else is just dropping so much stuff that like we even forgot that Gucci was like even gone. Yeah. Then he comes back and like and then Gucci's coming out with an album every 3 months. Like he has like 20 albums.
Stop like in the mixtapes and all.
And but I don't know. I feel like with me anyway, Culture 1, because they were dropped within the space of the year. That one, the first one January last year, and then this one in January. I think they should have spaced it out and maybe rename Culture 2 to something else because we're going to compare it. You know what I mean? It's like when Wiz Khalifa dropped Rolling Papers fucking 10 years ago or whatever. He dropped it again. He dropped
and Marshall Mathers LP 1 and 2.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Always space it out because then we don't want to judge it, like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I kind of rocked with Culture 2 for a bit. Like they had Motorsport and the In the Kitchen Wrist Twisted Stir Fry, that shit. Like, and I love all them songs, but Culture 1 was probably the one that really just did it for me. So, you know what I mean? It wouldn't. Culture 2 wouldn't be on my top list. You know what I mean? Yeah,
there's only a handful of songs. That's a long album as well.
It is.
There's a lot of kind of hit and misses on it.
Yeah. I think the good songs on the album do outweigh the bad songs.
Yeah.
In my opinion, anyway. Like that's one of my go-to albums on Spotify. Like that, and I think Stoney are my 2 most listened to albums. This year. So, I just anytime I put it on, I'm more than happy to listen to it again. It's a few songs that I will skip through, obviously.
The
vast majority of them are just fucking bangers. Anyway.
Well, I think we covered most of them. Because I was just gonna stick you with the question of like, what was your favorite?
My favorite of this year. Fuck,
because you just like you threw that Kanye one at me earlier. I was just like,
it was just kind of a natural thing because I'm never on the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, like, wait, this isn't my shit.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I want to say Pusha T and Eminem's album are up there.
Damn.
But I feel like somebody's going to throw like another surprise album on us.
Yeah.
And then it's just going to be like...
100%.
You know what I mean?
Who hasn't dropped in a while, I wonder?
I don't know who...
Because, man, like, it feels like everybody dropped this year that I listened to, like...
I'm waiting for Lil Wayne to drop.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, at the
that
moment...
Carter 5 is supposed to be on the way, like...
We're fucking waiting for it, like, you know? He fucking...
That's another Astro, well, that's been waiting, like... years,
like years,
time.
like 4 or 5 years, and like I love him. Like he's in my top 5, and I'm still waiting.
What's the top 5?
My top 5.
Yeah.
It's who's in my top? In no particular order.
Right.
Nas, Biggie, Lil Wayne, Big Sean.
Big Sean.
Yeah, I love.
That's
Big
an
Sean.
interesting
I love
one.
Big Sean, and I want to say Kanye, but I always put him in my favorite artists. And Drake used to be on the list, so I'm gonna keep it to 4 now. I know there's one. I think I give to Meek Mill.
Yeah, fair.
Meek Mill, yeah.
No, Lil Wayne or Big Sean was one of them artists I used to think is like the weakest link on good music.
Oh,
so it's interesting that you.
No, if you look at that roster now, like I think for the moment anyway, I hope you agree with me,
Right.
Designer.
Okay. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
but I think at that time, I guess before the whole Designer thing, I get what you mean with the Big Sean thing.
I just felt like he didn't have his own like lane cut out, you know.
Yeah, because Kanye had his, Common had his, and Pusha T had his, and all like, and he was just kind of that kid that was just like with the little punchlines, and that was it. So I get what you mean, like, but I love him for his growth. I listen to like Finally Famous.
Now, to be fair, what's that album? Dark Sky Paradise.
Dark Sky Paradise.
Like I like that.
I like that album too. Like that showed his growth.
Yeah,
like, you know
exactly.
what I mean? And like just the lyrics and the shit that he was saying, and then even the album before that, Hall of Fame, like that was cool too for a little second because he went through some shit. And then I Decided came out, and I was like, okay, I fucking love him.
Yeah.
He came out with a mixtape in 2012, Detroit, and that shit did it for me. I was like, I fucking love this guy. Like this guy's the one. Like, he's just always been that guy for me. I just love his flows. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Drake did this song All Me with 2 Chainz.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Shut up. Like, and he did that little flow at the end. I was like, this guy, like, you know what I mean? How could you not like love him? And like he does get flack for like saying like some weird shit. But
I mean, he's with Janae Aiko, so you really can't.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like whatever. Like, you know what I mean? He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
He's in my top 5 for sure. Like,
Yeah,
so.
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you want to wrap up with anything? Anything in particular? Anything you want to promote?
I mean, shit, man. I just got my radio show. You know
Obviously,
where the camera is. Obviously, that one. Hey, yo, what's happening? It's your boy Beta. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you catch me every Friday, 9 to 12, RTE Pulse. Only playing bangers. You already know what it is. Shout out to the boys for having me on Sold Out.
All good, man.
I just caught that Sold Out.
Oh, really? It's
Cheers,
gas, man. It's always when people just say it out loud for that first time. They're like,
I was just like, what the fuck? Because I look at it here, you have it right here, but it just sounds weird. Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all for having me on Sold Out. I'm finna have you on my shit.
Yeah,
you know
100%.
We're gonna have a good time. Make sure I promote your thing. And I always do this shit. This words of encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know what I mean? Thanks for for having me, you know, on this thing. And I always talk to creatives and people who do shit for the community and the culture or whatever.
And people can catch some of your interviews as well on like Facebook and stuff. So even if they don't have to listen live, like just so they can catch something like
if you want to listen live, you can catch it on the RTE Pulse app. If you want to check out some of our videos, especially my interviews, you can catch it on the Facebook RTE Pulse page. You give us a like, whatever, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I have views on there, and you know what I'm saying? It's just the shit that we be doing for the culture is really good. Y'all inspire me to do these.
Man, it's the other way around, honestly.
No, right? Because like I be seeing y'all, like the reason why I started doing radio is because of people who make music. I could have went in and started doing singing or producing or rapping, but I said let me do something different. Let me actually give these people a platform. You know what I'm saying? I want them to shine. Like I'm not doing this like I want to be big. I put them on up. I want them to have their own lane, their own platform. Even if you're up there, you're down here, it's whatever. I want y'all to have your own platform. And the shit that y'all doing for me, I appreciate that. And it's only right that I do it back for you.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all magazine, you know what I'm saying? Your launch is coming, you know what I'm saying? And like I know how hard it is to do a podcast.
Yeah, that's why I asked at the top of the show like how long, and when you said 2 years, man, I was like I can only imagine.
No,
because this has been 16 weeks for me, like, and it's just been like.
Yeah, but even then, that 16 weeks paid off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all had Chris on the show, Jay Yellow, you have Nonzes, you know what I'm saying? You have Finch, you know what I'm saying? I watch all these. Like, I only watch
I really appreciate it.
For real, like, and it's just like, I know how hard it is to put all this shit together. You got cameras up here, and you got sound shit, you know what I'm saying? You got all your niggas in here, like, working, like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand how hard it is to put this together, but when you have the material in, it's absolutely worth it. Yeah. Y'all are doing an amazing job. Y'all inspire me to fucking keep doing this shit. Like, I mean, I know people who like I have a friend who watches this as well. He's trying to get his podcast popping up. So he'd be watching your shit, like, but man, once again, like, thank you. Like,
it's all good, man. It's a pleasure.
The conversation's absolutely amazing.
Exactly.
Shout out to you guys, bro. Keep
exactly. I really appreciate it. Same back, and all links will be in the description. And everything.
For sure. Yeah.
Perfect, man. Thanks for coming on.
Man.